What do you hear? What do you say? Some people say God is a man. Some people say God is a woman. I say God is Finnish, perkele, because God has released this glorious game around Christmas time. And before you ask, I guess I should state the obvious. Of course, this is Game of the Year, and every year. As we can see, we start out on our shitty apartments in town. And actually, funny enough, these would be the same ones Yoko would have ended up if we didn't steal all his money and cause him to kill himself via hang from the town bridge. Anyways, we all know what the first task is when starting this new game. We need to get some food so we don't die. The progressions of these games is quite simple. You get food so you can work. You work so you can get money. We spend money on a sick car so we can attract the bitches. And then they drain the money and then just the cycle continues. It's not important. That's the main goal. After we actually figure out how to defrost the car properly and that the blower and winter heater are two different things, I can actually see where I'm driving. Is if I would say if I didn't fuck up multiple times, including somehow getting the block heater post into the car. It takes talent. Only professional Finlanders can accomplish this. It's just you don't have the brain power to understand. It's similar to Rick and Morty. Though I have faith. I did make it to Teimo's, but I was very confused. Not sexually, though I always knew I'm attracted to that glorious figure and a successful businessman, an entrepreneur. But he no longer sells groceries. It's just the pub. I'm also happy that he hasn't started to sell a course, He could. I'd enroll. Upon driving up a little further, I am greeted with the epitome of despair. Big Finland has moved in and installed a 24-hour grocery center. As I'm processing this traumatic event, no more groceries from Teimo. No more almost dying of hunger, only to see his glorious figure on his bike. My salvation, though he opens the store a couple hours later and I die of hunger anyways, but I'm no longer stealing gas from there. Only to get a phone call from him calling me a little shithead and putting it on my tab. And now you have to use this electronic ATM to get my gas station. No more service with a smile. Do you want to live in a world where you can buy groceries and not hear a story about how the shopkeep used to be a professional wrestler? Well, I don't. Since the game is on its early stages, maybe we'll be able to buy a property in the middle of the forest, and maybe from a guy named Ted, a cabin, and start mailing some packages to this establishment. Or perhaps we could get enough money and hire the Irish fellows to deal with it. You know the ones who are fond with cars. See, now is the time to get this implemented. Domestic terrorism in my winter car. Someone find his email and send him an email now. But nevertheless, it is what it is, and they can have my business for now. See, the traditional Finnish diet is beer, pre-cooked sausages, and frozen pizza, quite similar to the divorced dad or trucker diet. Now came the attempts of driving to the summer house. There was a fair bit of deaths, driving to ditches, and for some reason never getting past this one hill to the summer home. Eventually, I was able to get the hang of driving, and I decided the next step was getting money. So I needed a job, and I knew my calling. See, I've always known that I wanted to be a Futa cell phone packager. But to the drive to my orientation, I got a golden ticket. My old buddy, Mr. Bus Drive, laid out on a road like a golden platter. So naturally, I picked up his body and put him in my car and took him to the job as well. It was kind of a power move, show my would-be coworkers what the next step is going to be. Well, after the orientation ended, I ended up driving to the summer home, tucking in the little bus driver for a little struggle snuggle, as you would. See, things were getting good. I can finally buy that car I always wanted to. Life is good. And then I was watching a stream for a couple seconds and I got hit by a fucking car and died. See, my mama didn't raise no bitch, but sadly, she got one anyways, as this is the point where I said, permadeath, hey, it ain't for me, it's not my thing. But now I am a more experienced Finn. I have learned from my failures. I'm ready to make Finland my bitch. Firstly, I'm not going to worry about money until A, I can't afford to eat, or B, I go to jail because I can't pay my fines. So, we're going to buy the car first and bankrupt ourselves. I think this is a great plan. After phoning the nice gentleman and listening to all the finish, I was able to pick up the car. But I can't just pick it up with anything. Off to the summer house I went. First try, mind you, first try. Though I needed a way to transport this hunk of junk back to the summer home, as relying on a beer crate to implement the Finnish space program, I think I might have been there for a while, a little bit. Oh, we had very limited options. We brought out a little tractor. See, this took a little bit, a little long to get going. Mostly skill issue because I didn't change to high gear. But I made it is what I would have said if I didn't mistakenly arrive at the wrong house and wait for a good amount of an embarrassing amount of time. Heading to the right house, I was able to get the main body of the car onto the tractor and drive it perfectly home to the summer home. Kind of. I hit a little bit bump on the road, and the tractor kind of went upside down. But slight hiccup. Technically, it's home. Manageable. But this was a problem for another day.